Sam O'Reilly Fight Talk. I'm here today, Sparta 300. Where am I? Chingford?
Chingford.
Up and coming pro coach, you know, part of the Peter Sims gym. Donnall Smith, how are you, man?
Doing well, mate, doing well. You right, Sam?
I'm very good, mate. Listen, I've seen you knocking about with all the boys in the Peter Sims gym.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the start. Tell me about your involvement in boxing.
Starting off with boxing, I wasn't really a big boxing fan. I was younger, watching the old Tyson and the Bruno stories and stuff like that. Wasn't really a big fan of it. And the only thing I knew about boxing was that a lot of people ended up worse for wear at the end of their careers at that time. So it was something I really avoided. But I mean, when I was younger, I got into it just to do a bit of fitness, lose a bit of weight. Lost a bit of weight, put it all back on now.
I've been there, man, I've been there.
But I did it just at a gym in Leighton called County, an amateur gym. And I was boxing there for about 2 years. Just training, getting fit. I lost a ton of weight, just got in great shape. Was boxing quite good, travelled about the place. And just from there, just sort of stayed in touch with it, you know. Just always wanted to be in and around the boxing gym, you know. Life gets involved, it's got misses, settled down, you know, instead of going Jimmy and getting pizzas and chilling indoors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I know.
But yeah, you know, just starting in the amateurs, just had a couple of amateur fights. Funny, here's a story, right? You're going to get this breaking news. I had the chance to fight Joshua in the amateurs.
Yeah.
He was offered to me as an opponent. I didn't lose any of my amateurs, and they showed me his name and was like, yeah, and I was like, I did some research on him, and I heard he was 6'7", and like massive unit, and I thought, no, I'll pass, mate. Bottle job proper. So
let me pick up these pads and train some guys.
Yeah. No. So, no, at the end of it, I stayed out at the gym for a while, and last year, 2016, I had a few health issues which kept me out of my work 9 to 5, and I had nothing to keep me going really, so I just picked up the pads and thought, let me try this out, see how it goes, and just blew up from there, mate. You know, I was just getting every time I picked up the pads, I was like, yeah. I was seeing people develop. I was teaching guys that had no boxing experience and seeing them develop, and I just fell in love with that development and that growth and seeing people become better boxers. And from then, I called Mikey, who I knew from Sparta.
Mikey Sakyi, yeah?
Mikey Sakyi from Sparta 300. And we basically got together. He wasn't even signed to Peter at the time. He was just sort of floating around the boxing gym just to keep fit. And I said, listen, I'm doing pads now. Do you want to come down and do some work? He said, yeah, sweet. So we just started doing pads, put a few videos out there. People liked it. He then signed to Peter Sims and told me, oh, do you fancy coming down and show Peter what you're about, you know? I said, yeah. I came down, done a few pads to Peter. He corrected a few things with me. He said, listen, do this, do that. He's a legend in the game, him and Tony, you know. And from then, just the videos kept coming in and kept doing it, kept growing, and now I'm sort of like nearly every week in the Matchroom gym, working with the boys. If not, we're at Gate. I'm working with the Sims boys, the Peter's camp, and it's going good. I can't complain. It happened so fast, so I'm just grateful, you know. Yeah.
Cool. So now, obviously, like you say, being with Peter Sims and his gym, and he's got some great boys in there. Spider Richards, I know you was with him today.
Proper talent.
Tell me a little bit about how that feels. You know, I know you know Anthony Yarde from the past. You've known some really good boys.
Yeah.
But does it feel weird that you've sort of gone from wanting to do this to now you're training with guys that are, you know, headlining Matchroom and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, years back at Leighton, we was in Leighton County, me and Andy used to box. So we used to spar each other week in, week out, you know what I mean? And seeing him go on to do amazing things, I always knew from back then he was going to be a talent. And I knew Ohara from back then as well, but I didn't really talk to Ohara like that. I just used to see him. I went TKO, saw him in there with Tony Cisse, and it was like just coming up, being on the opposite side. It was like the other day, Spider was having his fight at Wembley, and Jack Healy and Ben Hall for the Carson Jones fight, and I was backstage and Anthony walked in and we chopped it up and we was talking about, you know, remember the old days.
Yeah, and
it's a bit surreal, to be honest with you, being where I am now so quick, but you know, it's like the opposite side. I'm not, like you said, I'm not putting the gloves on, I'm not getting out there, but the nervousness is still there, you know. You still get, when you're in the back change room, you get the butterflies, they're there. When you're getting boys ready to go out there and fight, you still feel that same way that when you was going out to fight. You know, you're in there with them, you know what I mean? And it's different, but everything happens for a reason. Maybe I wasn't meant to be a boxer, maybe a coach is where I need to be. See that, mate? So,
I mean, 100%. I know just from when I gain relationships with guys and that, the nerves I get watching them. So I can't imagine being in the gym with them every day and being part of their preparation, man. So
listen, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be doing anything else. Like, you know, months ago I was in an office job going to work 9 to 5 and packed that in and just rolled the dice and came into boxing and gave my all to the sport. You know, see that, Tom, take care, man. Gave my all to the game, you know, and I ain't looking back, man. I want to live in the gym. I start in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I promise you I don't leave till 9 o'clock at night here. So
hard work, dedication.
Yeah, man, that's all I'm
Tell me how this come about. Obviously, we know you sort of fell in with Peter Sims and he liked the work you're doing. When I came down and I met you there, I saw the way the boys talk about you, and you know they like you a hell of a lot, and it's a good relationship with the boys. What about this now? Iron Boxing, this is you. This is your venture. Tell me about it.
Iron Boxing, well, Iron Boxing started before I even went to Peterson, because obviously I started off with a coach before. We started just coaching a few young boys in Leighton, and I said to him, I was like, you know, we need a name for this because we're getting a few people coming in, and I just sat there and the word, like, to my head came iron sharpens iron, and I thought Iron Boxing, you know, like Iron Mike Tyson, you know, and it came to me. I was like, you know what, Iron Boxing, that's and the slogan, iron sharpens iron, because, you know, we work together. Exactly. We work together to make each other stronger. You know, that there started, and it. When I say to you, after the video I did with Nigel Benn, the one I done at Matchroom, that's when it just blew up, man. Everyone was like, yeah, I want to get involved, I want to jump on. I was like, lovely. It got to the point I got so busy, I spoke to a couple of guys I knew who were also very hungry, young, hungry, talented guys that were great on the pads. Not, you know, we ain't really been on the other side of the ropes. We've all been in the ring, but never been on the other side. We're still young, but we're just not taking it to that professional level. But we know boxing, and now we're knuckling down and studying together. So I brought Ross on board, Ross Pearce, Jack Gore as well, who are both talented coaches now, got their own clients. And Iron Boxing is just anybody that school teachers, you know, anyone, retail workers, whatever you do, if you love boxing, you're interested in it, this is what we're here to do. We're here to teach people about the sport, have fun, have a laugh. We've got everybody in there tonight from all different backgrounds, whatever they do, you know, and we just bring them together and just make a good little vibe, you know.
So with obviously you got your pro license now. Meaning you can corner pros in their fights. Is the short term to look at, you know, help Peter Sims with his guys and stuff, or are you looking to get your own pro fighters very soon, or just see how it goes?
Well, right now, to be honest with you, I've been given a great opportunity to learn from a legend like Peter Sims and Tony Sims, and I'm just soaking up every bit of knowledge. I'm not planning to take on anyone just yet. I mean, I got Mikey and Mikey's trainer, and that's about it. And I help out with the boys there. And I'm just right now just letting my path go where it needs to go. I'm happy where I am right now. I don't have any intentions to go anywhere. You know, get along with Pete, get along with Tony. You know, all the boys there are lovely. We all get along. So long may it continue. I'm just going to stick on that path, and maybe in the future, who knows, I might have my own thing. I'm 29 now, so still got, you know, the years can go on in coaching, not like as an athlete, you know what I mean? So, but you know, the future's bright. I'm staying positive. You know, I've had some good feedback from people I really respect. I think probably one of the greatest feelings was walking into the Matchroom gym and seeing Tony Sims. He watched me do my pads, and he came up to me afterwards. He goes, "Man, you're really good in the pads, you know?" And I was like, just blew my mind. I was
that has to be a feather in your cap. That
man,
you're doing well anyway, but that's another little bit of acknowledgement.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even him and Peter to both give me that credit and say to me, you're doing something good. It just made me feel, I'm on the right path. I've still got, pads is only a small part of this game. There's so much knowledge I pick up from Peter about how to wrap hands properly, just sort of small things like how to tie the tape on people's gloves to make sure the tape don't come loose in the fight. Little things like that. I'm just notching up and learning from Pete as we go. He's worked with guys like, Dan Barker and big time legends like that, you know what I mean? So, and obviously, they work with AJ and they work with, John Ryder, they've worked with Ohara Davies and big names like coming up, and so,
What about the corner inside? I mean, it's something you're getting into more now. You're going to sort of get more advice from Pete in there, and
I was the Wembley show. I was there ringside. I wasn't in the corner, but I was sort of close to the corner to watch how things happen, watch Pete in operation, and him Pete's serious in the corner, mate. He knows what he's doing, and just being able to watch that, I got my chance to study him, and also be able to study Tony in the corner as well. So my first rodeo will be March the 17th on the MTK show, formerly known as MGM. London show they got March 17th, I think Brentwood, it is.
Yeah, Brentwood Centre.
Yeah, Brentwood Centre. It's going to be a big show, man. Mikey Sakyi's fighting on that show. So I'll be doing the corner for the first time then, as a seconds, and I got my license now, so I'm ready to rock and roll. Pete's taught me everything I know, so hopefully I do a good job. If I don't, we always got another chance to prove it and get it improved.
You always learn, you always learn. You're always going to improve.
Yeah, listen, I'm far from the finished article. I'm just soaking up everything, just humble and happy to be here. And just crack on and keep going, man. You know what I mean? So, Right, guys, just want to introduce the team basically. Iron Boxing family, got some great coaches, all three of us work together. Happy family. This is Jack Gore.
What's happening, guys?
Ross Pierce.
What's happening?
Now we make up the Iron Boxing family. Been going for about 2-3 months together now, and hopefully the boys tell you a bit about what they're doing and stuff.
Yeah, like as you said, there's 3 of us. We've got all different styles of pads, ranging from beginners to high-class pros. We've got what everyone needs. We ain't copying. I know some of you out there probably looking at and say that's catting, but that ain't about that. But
yeah, like at the moment we've got a lot of beginners and that, but we've got a couple pros in.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say no names, but we've got some good people.
But obviously you can check the Insta out.
There's a lot of people jumping on, and we're growing quickly, man. And
but we're going well. We'll
get up there. We'll get up there.
We're making a name quick. We're getting a few texts from people
young
from
and
other
hungry.
gyms as well. So all after like pads and that. We've got some pros messaging us. A couple coming down to do their pads and things, putting through the circuit. It's not just pad work as well. Obviously, it's the whole boxing thing.
Yeah.
So
we're learning as we go. We're nowhere near the finished article, but as we grow together, we learn and we develop together, and hopefully we'll take it as far as we can and go higher. I don't really see much young coaches banding together like this, but we're a happy family and we're just riding the wave that we're on and doing all right. So
teamwork makes the dream work, man. That's what we're saying.
Iron sharpens iron, brother. You know what I mean? We work together.
And that uppercut takes people out.
Listen, it's been a pleasure being down here with you boys. I expect to see nothing but good things. Iron Boxing kicking off. Get in touch. Get down here.
You know that.
Thanks for the interview.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to Fight Talk, boys.
Thank you, man.
Lovely.
Peace out.
Cheers.